Have you ever dreamt of a shark so big its teeth were bigger than your length? If so, prepare to have that image shattered. Meet Megalodon, the extinct monster sea creature that was not only bigger than your wildest imaginations, but it's also believed by some to still be alive today. That's right. If you thought the great white shark seemed intimidating, this beast could swallow it whole. Let's explore what makes Megalodon one of the all-time largest prehistoric creatures known, as well as dive into why some think colossal megalodons are still swimming in our oceans today. Buckle up and keep those feet safe from chompers while we discover what lurks beneath the depths in the search for Megalodon, the biggest extinct monster sea creature. Megalodon-related fossils have been discovered that date from the end of the Pliocene epoch to the early Miocene epoch, which started 23.03 million years ago. It is a Greek word combination that means giant tooth. All continents, with the exception of Antarctica, have coasts and continental shelf zones where fossilized shark remnants have been discovered in shallow tropical and temperate waters. Large seaways that divided Europe from Africa and the Middle East, Asia from Europe, and North America from South America during the early and middle Miocene epoch certainly made it easier for people to migrate from one ocean basin to another. Its distribution grew over the course of the Miocene, encompassing the waters off the coasts of Northern Europe, South America, Southern Africa, New Zealand, and East Asia, in addition to pockets in the Caribbean and Mediterranean seas, the Bay of Bengal, along the coasts of California and southern Australia. Its geographic distribution, however, substantially shrunk throughout the Pliocene period, and by the end of the period, it was extinct. According to the discovery of hundreds of fossilized teeth, archaeologists came to a stunning conclusion that you won't expect. The megalodon was the biggest fish known to science. With its immense size and fearsome reputation, this ancient predator reigns as the largest fish ever known to science. But just how big was this colossal creature? It is likely resembled that species in appearance, that is, as a bulky torpedo-shaped fish with a conical snout, large pectoral and dorsal fins, and a strong crescent-shaped tail, suggesting that the two species may have been close relatives based on tooth-shape similarities. The statistical link between the size of Megalodon's fossil teeth and the teeth and body mass of contemporary white sharks and their living cousins is used to estimate body length. According to the research, mature adults had a mean length of 10.2 meters, with the longest specimens reaching a length of 17.9 meters. What if I told you that Megalodon's teeth were the size of your palm, capable of slicing through flesh and bone like a hot knife through butter? Join us on this thrilling adventure into the jaws of the largest predator ever known. The greatest forms, according to some experts, may have been up to 25 meters long. According to studies, the body mass of an adult varied from around 30 tons to more than 65 tons, with adult females being greater than adult men. Its teeth are triangular, serrated, and symmetrical, much like those of contemporary white sharks. They are broader and thicker, have uniform spacing between each tooth's serrations, and have a bourlette, which sets them apart from current white shark teeth. The biggest megalodon tooth still in existence is 17.8 centimeters long, which is over 3 times longer than the teeth of contemporary white sharks. It also had a vicious bite, measuring 3 meters in diameter, which is far greater than the bite diameter of white sharks of similar size on average. Because the shark was not purely cold-blooded like the majority of fish, it is believed that it maintained its body temperature similarly to current white sharks. White sharks produce heat while they swim by contracting their muscles, and this heat causes certain areas of the shark's body to be warmer than the surrounding water. This adaptation is known as regional endothermy. It would have been able to hunt and swim in colder waters because of this modification, providing it exclusive access to prey in those areas. It is believed that they give birth to living offspring. However, it is unknown whether the species was ovoviviparous, in which case the eggs are kept within the mother until they hatch. Juvenile dental measurements of body size indicate that newborn infants may have measured at least 2 meters in length. Although nothing is known about its courting, it seems that the species utilized nurseries for its offspring. Its nursery was discovered in 2010 near the Panamanian coast, and it was distinguished by the presence of baby teeth from different life stages. This shallow warm water nursery, according to scientists, gave young megalodons access to a variety of smaller, more plentiful food and helped adults better defend themselves against assaults from other predatory shark species, such hammerhead sharks. It is believed that when the juvenile sharks became bigger, they would venture into deeper water to hunt larger prey. What happened to people once they reach adulthood is not understood. Some studies have hypothesized that megalodon likely roamed across regions equal in size to the range of contemporary white sharks, because it is considered that they inhabited an ecological niche similar to that of the white shark. Hold your breath as we reveal the shocking parallels between Megalodon and its distant relatives, shedding light on the incredible evolutionary journey that led to the rise of this legendary predator. They may have been the greatest marine predator to ever exist, in addition to being the largest fish on the planet. They lived in maritime habitats as an apex predator or top carnivore. Fish, baleen whales, toothed whales, sirenians, and seals were among its prey. Young presumably hunted smaller animals, while adults pursued whales of a bigger size. The classification, development, and connection of the shark to the contemporary white sharks are still hotly contested topics. Luis Agassiz, an American biologist, geologist, and educator who was born in Switzerland, originally described this monster shark in 1835 and gave it the scientific name Carcharodon megalodon. It was recognized by this name until the late 1990s, when a rising number of researchers classified it as a member of the genus Carcharodon. According to a 2012 tooth analysis research, contemporary white sharks diverged from landed sharks during the late Miocene and early Pliocene epochs around 5 million years ago. According to the research, convergent evolution may be responsible for the pattern of serrations and other similarities in tooth structure between Megalodon and contemporary white sharks. The seaway separating North America and South America may have closed about 3 million years ago, deflecting ocean currents and causing other changes in ocean circulation, which is thought to have contributed to the decline. Initially, scientists believed that the decline was caused by fluctuations in ocean temperatures linked to climate change. Studies conducted in 2016 revealed that the geographic distribution of megalodons did not significantly alter during warm or cold seasons, indicating that climate changes were not the only factor in the extinction of the species. These researchers hypothesized that the extinction of the shark may have been primarily caused by altered food chain dynamics, as the number of its competitors, smaller predatory sharks and whales, increased while the supply of its main food source, baleen whales, dropped. The reliability of fossil teeth dating to the late Pliocene, however, has been questioned by one researcher that has identified data issues common to the others. Instead, it states that verified fossil evidence indicates that Megalodon likely became extinct at the end of the first stage of the Pliocene.